Hi guys, welcome to another movie crew review. Today we'll be reviewing Chainsaw Man the movie, Reze Arc.
The movie starred Kikunosuke, Toya, and Reina Ueda.
So we follow Denji as we proceed from the end of season one through this Reze arc where he meets this girl who turns out to be a bomb devil and this giant fight ensues. So I'm going to start off the review today, and for me watching this film, look, it was an okay story, but it felt like maybe two episodes of the show. It didn't really feel like a film spectacle that I was hoping for. I think that the scenes where the fighting happened was really, really good on a big screen. I think that looks great. But other than that, it felt like a prolonged episode. I would have liked it to feel more like a film spectacle, like when I saw the Demon Slayer movie, not the series recap thing, the actual Infinity Castle movie. I would have preferred it to be something a bit more like that. I still enjoyed it thoroughly, but the only other gripe that I really had with it was we didn't really have much of the adjoining cast. So Miss Makima wasn't really in it that much. She's in it like 5 minutes. Same with Power. She was like straight off the start, just goes and like comes in at the very end. Even like all the supporting cast that made the show so great, I thought really would have been in this film, come in for like big chunks, but they were only in it for like very small segments. We had this new Angel character that comes into it. He was pretty interesting in terms of his powers, but overall, it's an interesting watch. Is it something that I personally think is like a fantastic anime, like 10 out of 10 film? No, I think it could have been a bit more of a spectacle, but it still captures the show great. It's still a good movie. If you're a fan of the show, I think you'll come into it liking the film. It gives you something new, a different perspective, but it is really more like a side quest. I'm not sure how it will fit into the whole gun devil aspect of the show going forward, because I thought, honestly, coming into it, I thought maybe that's what we were going to get, some more of the gun devil, but unfortunately we didn't. It's kind of like off to the side for this. But yeah, overall, bit of a mixed bag for me. So yeah. Maroon?
I watched 2 episodes of the Chainsaw TV show. That's my fault that I couldn't watch it. But I really, really like this movie. I didn't know. I watched the trailer, but I just couldn't remember what's gonna happen. So I was literally shocked what happened when the arc of Razor, like when it began and what happened. You became the bomb lady. I didn't know at all, and I love that bit so much when they showed like the turn is about to happen, and it felt like a horror movie. We got that chilling, like she's singing a song, and that felt like straight from a horror movie. And I love that bit. The music in this movie is really, really good. It's upbeat sometimes, and sometimes it is a bit horror esque. I love that, and the action really good. The animation is really good. Sometimes the action is bit too fast paced, like especially with the tornado. I felt like I'm watching Sharknado for a minute. And but yeah, the action is a bit fast paced sometimes here and there. But I think the story was very well captured. The way it started with the arc and how the movie ended, I actually liked that bit a lot. So I actually want to know what's gonna happen afterwards, because like how the movie ends is sort of like it is gonna continue. So how the relation between Denji and Makima is going to be like uh, developed further, I really want to know. Yeah, I really really enjoyed this movie, and I think watching in the cinema, especially the sound and the music, it really made it much better. Cameron.
Yeah, I came to this movie blind. I'd never watched an episode, and I really enjoyed this movie. I thought I had so much fun. I got so much enjoyment out of it. I just was blown away just of all the genres it covers. It covers comedy, romance, drama, action, all intertwined in this one movie. And even the music covered so many genres. It had like this techno, freaking upbeat, heavy metal, everything. Everything's covered in this movie. And I don't know how it sort of meshes together so well, but I suppose it's like the characters. I think the characters are so creative, and I can understand why people are so drawn to this series and why it's so loved. I was really, really invested. Like coming into this not knowing anything, I think I followed it pretty well. I like obviously I'm not gonna have the whole backstory of the whole season, but I could follow the story and I really did think they did that well where they kept it linear. I think that's probably what you were griping about because you had the full story before, and so you probably wanted extra characters. But for me, the fact they kept it really simple with really Denji just focusing on him and maybe Beam as well here and there. But because they solely focused on him, it was so easy for me to follow, and I was already so invested in his just this love triangle he has. But it's really not even a triangle; it's just in love with Reza, and then just the way it started was just so upbeat, light and then it's sort of in between a day that cuts to this terrifying devil that's freaking Typhoon Devil or whatever he was. It was just that whole scene was just so terrifying. He's just menacing. And then in the end, it just doesn't even eventuate to anything really. And then it just, like Moon says, it just takes a turn and then they really go down that dark route. It really caught me off guard, but I loved it. I mean, the fight scenes in it, it took a while to get there. It's not really action packed. I'd say for 2/3 of this movie, it's very story driven. But then when it starts, it just doesn't stop. I think the whole third act is just pretty much a long battle sequence, which they kept it so it was different at different stages. It wasn't just the same people fighting against each other. They changed it up so well and kept it refreshing in the last sort of 20 minutes. So for me, this movie was absolutely amazing.
I think that they took their time developing the relation and the characters, and then the fight scenes, and there was non-stop action, and I loved every bit. And I don't know the guy's name. I forgot that. Like he can see the future, so when he was fighting the bomb devil, and like he could see her moves coming. That was so well done as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I think most of my gripes come from wanting to see a bigger version of the show. So I think you guys, especially Cameron, not seeing the show, you don't know where it's coming from. But I mean, I must admit, even in the show, the music is really good. So they've transferred it over quite well. The intro sequence had that really upbeat techno music, and then the fight scene had some great music to go along with it, especially for 20 minutes of like nearly straight music, if you could say it, with the fighting and to keep it fresh for the whole time. So that was good in that aspect. It's just for me, I would have liked more of I don't know if you call it the original cast, but they introduced a few new characters, which I will expect will be part of the second movie or season two, whatever comes next for this franchise. Um, but yeah, that's just me. That's one. It's a small gripe. It's not like I'm saying the film's a terrible film. I'm just saying personally, I would have liked, a bit more of the other characters in it. But still, it is a fantastic watch. If you enjoyed the season or you want to get into it, it's probably something that you can get into. Like Cameron said, he didn't watch anything and he understood what was going on. So I think anybody can really get into it and understand it.
And just one thing, like when the movie opened up, like he's going on a date with Makima, and they're watching a lot of movies. I think it has happened with us where like we watched a random ass movie and no one is sitting there and we loved every bit of it. I love that scene. And I would just say like if we watch a lot of movies like Hollywood stuff and they don't have the balls to commit the ending like this, like they would have it, the character would be coming back or whatever. But I think the way they did it, and I think they should stick to it so they develop Denji more, so I really, really enjoyed the end.
Yeah, I love the whole idea of her powers, Reze. I think that was done really well. I think just the way they come up, it just even Denji, just a chainsaw man, it just for me watching it, it's just like coming up with these crazy, wacky ideas and pulling it off. Like it was just amazing. It really did blow me away. And being the shark guy, I mean, that was done really well. It was sort of the comedy in this movie. And whenever he come on, it was just, and then the team up, it was just so good. I loved it. Yeah, you need the comedy in this. The whole show is based in comedy too. So, I mean, especially Denji's character is probably most subdued he is in this compared to the series is pretty much horny, hungry 16-year-old. That's the best way to describe him all is that.
All right, guys, we're going to give our scores. Yep. I mean, how many chainsaws out of 10?
You 8.5 chainsaws out of 10.
Done?
I'll give it 7.75 chainsaws out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it 8.5 chainsaws out of 10. All right, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, check out our socials, and we'll catch you next one. Ciao.